I'm David, welcome to Auto Bunker. This is my Porsche 987 Cayman, and this week it's off to get some cruise control retrofitted. So let's talk through the process, how it's going to happen, how much it costs, and I'll fill you in on the details. It's probably worth adding some context on why I'm going to all this hassle to get cruise fitted on this car. I personally find it a massive help on long journeys. I don't like sitting on the motorway with my foot in one position, slowly getting pins and needles, and the cruise just makes it so much easier to sit at a speed at or around 70 miles an hour where you can safely whiz through the cameras and know that you're not going to get a fine or a speeding ticket in the post the next day, especially in the 50 and endless roadworks on the M1 or wherever they may be, where you're sitting there for hours it seems like, and I'm sure having cruise on all the cars that I've owned in recent years has definitely saved me a few points on my licence. So I know some people hate it. My wife never even thinks to use it. It terrifies her actually, but I find it a huge help, and it really helps my mental alertness and my perception and awareness when I'm on a long motorway journey. So let's jump in the car, show you what needs to happen and where it's all going to be fitted. So if you were lucky enough to buy one of these new from the factory in the mid-2000s and specified cruise control, it would have been fitted in this location, quite hard to see, on the right hand side of the steering column underneath the wiper switch. Let's jump in. And then we had on the left hand side a stalk here which operates the basics of the menu in the binnacle here, just, you know, speed limits and trip computer and things like that. The dealer I bought it from actually thought that was cruise control, so thankfully he's made a small financial contribution to me having this retrofitted. We've got the parts from Design 911, which we'll have a look at separately, and then I'll talk you through the process of how this works with Porsche Specialist Services in Chelmsford, who are fitting and coding the switch so that it will talk to the binnacle and we can get the lights and some cruise control working, which should save me a few points on my licence at some point, hopefully. This is our box of bits for the project, for the Geschwindel Keltsreger Landlager, or the cruise control system. Let's see what we've got. This is going to go on the car tomorrow morning. We have got a tiny piece of wiring harness, switch to binnacle, or rest of the loom I guess. Some fairly long bolts or machine screws, the all-important cowl. This goes under the steering wheel and has the cutout for the stalk to go through it. I was looking at those second hand and they're incredibly hard to find, which was one of the reasons I went for a new part. And then last but not least, the stalk itself. Ready to go with the writing for the controls on there. Fairly chunky block at the end, which I guess is where those screws are going to go through. So let's get these off to Design 911 in the morning. They've quoted me an hour and a half of labour to fit and code the switch, which I think is going to be the most important bit. Looking forward to getting this on the car and giving it a test drive. Just arrived back from the workshop. One of these hire scooter bad boys, looking dashing in my full waterproof outfit and my cycle gloves and helmet. Does anyone else have the same problem with these machines? When you use the brakes, the rear tyre has been skidded so many times that it looks like a 50p piece, so that your eyeballs rattle out. Anyway, hopefully find one that's got circular wheels for heading back later. So here we go, the finished result. One new stalk, nicely fitted, looking good under the wheel. And I didn't realise we were going to get this new rubber grommet under there, so that's good. Let's start it up, have a look what happens. There you go, cruise light lit up. Turns out it's been hiding in here under the speedo all this time. Little press on the button on the end, and that's it, activated, and then push away on the stalk. Down for off. It's pretty easy to use, I must say. Great, really happy with that. So some more adventures, cruising on the motorway, sorted. Let's go. Let's summarise the cost for this project. The kit from Design 911 was £421. Porsche Specialist Services charged 1 hour of labour and £132. I got £250 back from the dealer that didn't know his cruise stalk from his sales talk, bringing the total to £303 all in. If you could hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, that would be brilliant. Really appreciate it. See you next time.